I know I called you after Mr. B passed away, and you told a story about what he meant to you. What did he do for you? I mean, what part of your maturation? Because I know you were thinking of quitting over in Japan because of the way things were panning out for you in your first year with the Broncos. I'm wondering what he did for you to get you on that field and successful. TD.
What he did really was, there's a different purpose when you're playing for somebody who you genuinely care about. It's like your parents, where if you let them down, you feel really bad. If you don't, do something and have success, or try to give them what they've been looking for. Pat's been searching for a Super Bowl for a long time, obviously. And him and John, and they've gotten there, but they never can get over the hump. And I remember losing to Jacksonville in 1996, where we were kind of the favorites there.
Blown out, right?
And
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, it was a game where we should have won that game. And there was a time where we thought about, we lost an opportunity to win one, but then you start thinking about the people you let down. And Pat was kind of the first one on the mind. Like, man, we really let Pat down. We let Mike Shanahan down. We let Pat down. And that really, when you have that inside of you, and you have an owner that you care for and that's a friend, I think you go the extra mile to make sure you try to accomplish things that he's proud of. And that was kind of my career with Pat. Was I had an owner that I don't know. I never played for another team, so I don't know what it feels like to play for another team. But I can assure you, I never thought about it because I never had to. It was always about, this is a great place. And I've heard people who came to Denver from other teams and talked about their experiences with their owners and the environment that was created there. The environment in Denver was just one of first class. It was all the reflection of what Pat put into it. He never wanted any credit for anything, but he was just a cool human being, and that to me is like one of the biggest compliments I can give somebody. Is just he was a great person and human being, and and was about everybody else but himself. And obviously, we're proud that he's going in. Unfortunately, would have loved to have seen him witness this and experience this adventure of going on that stage and presenting his Hall of Fame speech. But I'm sure he's looking down, and we're just going to celebrate his life, this weekend. And it's going to be fun. Bronco Country's going to be there thick, so it's going to be really, really fun.
Absolutely, because they were going to be there, no doubt, for the game the night before. Terrell Davis joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. I've never asked you this question, so it's interesting. I'm going to do it on live TV and radio. Is the reason why you showed up at the is Pat Bowlen the reason why you showed up at the NFL Network to work?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, well, yeah, but he's the one that got me the job there.
I bet.
So yeah, because he was on the committee. He was partly, he was pushing the NFL Network, and he would come down. We would see him. Remember, he would come to the set, like, often. And you remember that, huh?
Oh yeah. Now I kind of put two and two together. He was the first owner to show up at our complex. I put that in quotes. Now it's a complex. Before it was just an office across the way from a studio, right? So he was the first to show up there, first to say I'll appear, first to say, you know what, I'll put my team on Thursday Night Football and I'll put them on the road. I'll put them in Kansas City, and he was the first to do all of that. So it doesn't surprise me where it's just like, you're beginning to wonder if your playing career is over and you might want to try TV. And he's like, well, you could stop by the NFL Network.
Yep, that's how it rolled out, man. So again, and that just goes back to who he was. He would just do things just to help other people. And for me personally, like I said, doing the Super Bowl, it was in San Diego, and of course, I got tons of family there, friends, and relatives, whatever. And so I went to Pat. I was like, I know I needed a lot of tickets, and I wasn't sure if I could get them. So I went to Pat and I was like, hey man, I need a few tickets. And he asked me how many did I need. I gave him a number that was I didn't think he would say yes to, and he was like, no problem, I got you. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I was able to take all my friends, all my family to the Super Bowl, and he was the first one to call me when I tore my ACL. And I go back to that moment because that, when I woke up from surgery when I tore my knee in 1999. You get a phone call from the owner. The first voice I hear is from him. When I come to is, I just kind of, it just reinforced who he was as a person and our relationship and what we had. And he had a special knack for making people feel as if they were his favorite. And that is something that, that's a skill and something that I don't know if you can learn that, man. And so Pat was really, really good at that.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download The Rich Eisen Show app.